Hey Scorpio, welcome back for a weekly message. I have all of the zodiac signs done. I have been up half of the night. Sources have me up half of the night receiving a lot of messages. And I got one that they wanted me to give to someone specifically that's going to be watching this. It's important that this message gets out, and it's like laser pointed at someone specific, okay? It's not something that's going to resonate with everybody. And then I will get into, a more general message for the rest of everyone. Somebody here, like you've been shown that you're moving, and then, eventually you are going to be moving at a distance, long distance, but for now, the best and smartest move for you to make is into a new neighborhood, into a new location in your current area. There's something about you needing to show, I hate to say it, but your sanity, to show that you are capable and stable to take care of yourself and your children or whatever, to make sure that you can do that and prove some people wrong. It's important to do this. And sources saying this is the next logical step. There's my puppy letting you know. This is the next logical step to kind of just keep people from trying to keep you from moving away eventually to another location, and also ease some urgency. Sorry about my puppy. Also ease some urgency about somebody trying to move out of state before you. Secondly, or however many, they want you to know that this new location is going to be perfect. I feel like this is a single parent, and I feel like it is a female. I think I'm going to have to lock my puppy out of here just a second. Venus and Sagittarius, like that's what I'm hearing. You know those qualities. They want you to study that. Venus and Sagittarius. This is somebody with that kind of energy. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Sagittarius. That is in Sagittarius. Secondly, sources want you to know they're helping you play 4D chess with 5D help. 222 on the clock as I say that. So there is somebody that's going to be contacting you or sending you some information. This conversation needs to remain secret. It needs to remain silent. Okay, that's the key to helping you with something. This is going to be some type of work situation. So this move, it's almost like the house will be owned by someone else, and they're allowing you to live in this house or something, like a company, and there's going to be a company car, and a salary, and you're going to be able to have your own space, and nobody's going to be able to look at you and say that you're, not independent, that you are very independent, that you can take care of yourself. It almost feels kind of like somebody thinking if they don't make a move soon, I'm going to do something to make sure my child has everything they need. So there's something about you receiving a job offer that's going to require you to sign an NDA. You're not going to be able to disclose anything. So if somebody asks how you were able to do this, say, oh, I got a job. If they ask how you were able to afford such a nice car, it's a company car. It's not mine. Are you buying this house or renting? Like, why do you want to know? It's none of your business. Things like that. And they're wanting you to know that you're going to a better area, that everyone's going to have their own space, their own room. You're going to have your own office. You're going to be able to be away and be independent, and all of the things, it's like almost like somebody around you that you think is a part of your, like a family member or something that you think is on your side, is actually using you as an excuse to get out of things they don't want to be a part of anymore. And look, there we go. I had a notification. So let's just say, for example, someone close to you who's helped you out a lot or something. I don't know. I'm getting a parent. Okay. They don't want me to talk about that. They just totally shut my mouth. No. They want you to know this is happening soon. So you're going to be contacted. Also, they also just mentioned something about they're kind of reminding me of this old meme that used to have, like, would you give up your cell phone and live a month without technology, like that type of stuff for $1 million. And people would say yes or no. It's something like that. In order to get this job, you will have to sign an NDA, and you will also need to close all social media accounts. It's important for reasons for your safety that you're unaware of. And it's more about, people trying to figure out your finances. You may be having some toxic friends or family members who, although on the outside they seem friendly, but when money's involved, they would do some malicious things to you if they knew that you had it. So it's more about your protection and keeping you safe, getting you out of an environment so you're not somebody else's excuse, and they are going to have to pick up their big boy pants or big girl pants and deal with things themselves, instead of using you as a scapegoat. That's basically what I need to say. So that message is for somebody specific and I love this, because you know what? Sometimes it's like God has to put you through the ringer and show you exactly who people are. Like, who's not in your corner now, who's having animosity towards you, and then all of a sudden you shut everybody up, and you thank people for things, and then you're blessed, and it's like God blesses you with something, and it doesn't feel like, it's like you're going to a new location, and although you've been looking at like multi-million-dollar houses, like you are still going to be, it's like a big upgrade from where you are, but it's still a stepping stone to where you want to go, because they don't want people knowing exactly what you have going on and what kind of money you have. So they have to kind of make it still look like you're living within your means of kind of where you are, but in a better location. Like, you're doing well for yourself. You're taking care of yourself. They don't want anybody suspicious of your financial whereabouts, okay? So things are going to have to remain kind of low key. You're not going to be able to tell your children anything. It's like it's almost like you're going to have to tell them that you went back to an old line of work because something didn't pan out for you. Like, oh, something didn't pan out, so I went into an old line of work and I get to work from home. That's all you're going to tell them, okay? They don't want you telling them anything about you trying anything new anymore. That's none of their business. That's none of their business, and they're trying to use it against you because they're trying to figure out what you're doing. But if you just tell them, it didn't pan out, I decided to go back into, I don't know, medical billing. I'm just giving that as an example because that's something I used to do. Accounts payable and accounts receivable. So, and that's what you do now. Like, they're not going to be suspicious, but if you're telling them you're starting a business and you're telling them these things, then you're giving them, and like, you're making them curious, and they're making like, should I make a move now, or should I wait until I see some evidence of their money coming in? People are thinking like that around you, and you're not realizing it. It's time to play chess and keep your mouth shut. You're excited to share things, but you're sharing it with the wrong people, and that's going to stop, okay? All right, so now let's pop in. That was a very private message that had to get out publicly to somebody because they're not contacting somebody's, like, there's 5D conversation happening in the 3D between me and somebody for someone who watches my channel a lot, okay? And the only reason they're using me and not another tarot reader is because this person watches my channel all the time. So I'm able to deliver messages to them through this platform because I'm getting confirmation through their spirit team that this is the message they want me to deliver to them. So that's what's going on here. All right, now we're going to pop into a general message for everybody. Look, at the bottom, we have a brand new beginning. There is a timeline for Scorpios. It's like you're playing things smart now. This is time for a new beginning. And I'm hearing, don't play it small now. Don't back down now. That feeling of butterflies, I'm feeling it big time in my solar plexus. It is because you feel like you haven't had the answers of what's going on around you, but you were just given the answers to everything. I'm talking to somebody who's been going through a really big upgrade, and you know the answers to everything that you need right now. It's like you could write the book right now. You could sit down and just let Source write that thing. You might do that today. All right? They want you, I also just heard, for that person who's moving, they want you to start decluttering your home as if you are packing to move. Get rid of that much stuff. Get rid of things it's like you're going into a fully furnished house. So it's like it's almost like you're going to be just handed a key and you're just going to be able to drive across town and live somewhere. So you want to start decluttering and getting rid of things that, your kids maybe haven't played with in years, or you haven't worn in years, things like that. You just get rid of it. It's time to get rid of the old and get rid of that stagnant, because it's like, what you really need to look at it like this. I am packing to move to a new house. I don't want to take all this old crap out of my closet with me that no longer fits me, so I need to get rid of it. So, and they also want you to think about your relationships that you've been focusing on too much. They want you to think about your relationships like that as well. I'm packing to leave. I'm not taking this relationship with me. There's also, for whoever that message is for, okay, this is just going to be a private reading. They keep taking me back to it. I can't make it general. This is specific, and somebody needed to hear this today. Time is of the essence is what I just heard. Damn, there's a message that came through and I just popped myself in. Time is of the essence now. Somebody's freaking out that you're making silent moves, so they're trying to make those silent moves faster than you. But what they're doing is running into blockages and causing themselves more problems, because they're in the frantic energy that they're going to lose something, and they're causing their own loss right now. And somehow they're focused on you, thinking that you're the one doing it, like hexing them or something. So they're trying to find a way to make you seem mentally unstable. They have not been able to find anything because you haven't done anything. You are not being watched the way that you think you are. You're being watched by a higher power who's taking care of you at this time. And they're putting blockages. It's almost like, how you see in a movie where somebody just runs down the street and they snatch a woman's purse and they take off, and then there's a hero chasing them like, hey, he took my purse. And they're running, and then all of a sudden Source comes in and sticks their leg out and trips the person who took the purse. Like, oh, it's kind of like that's what Source is doing right now, to kind of keep people preoccupied with a bunch of their own drama so that they can't focus on you. Okay, so it's like, don't worry about the time of when this is happening. They just want you to know to start preparing for this now. The timing isn't like going to be today or tomorrow. The timing of this is going to be like a couple months. There's something about, they want you to just start decluttering and getting rid of everything else as if you're moving, and think of yourself as moving, and just pay attention to the things that are going on around you. And they're also saying, just be quiet now, keep the peace where you are. Something's not coming today like you think. It just felt like it was coming today because the message came through. All right. They don't want you freaking out about somebody trying to take custody of a child. They don't want you freaking out. It's like, it's almost like the tables are going to turn where you are the one that gets a new house and a new stable job that you can't share anything with. And that's what it is. In this contract for this company who owns this house, who's going to get you into a new house, there will be a clause in the contract that you are not allowed. It's like there's going to be specific names listed in the contract who can live in that house. It's almost like they're going to be the ones responsible for the paying for everything. They are going to pay for everything for you, because this is like a perk, a bonus for you to be able to work for them where you are. And it's going to be something that's good for you, because there's going to be people who are going to be in a panic, who need your help, that you're going to want to help because your heart's big, that you're going to have to say, if I let you move in, I'm going to lose my job, and then I lose this house, and I can't do that. And you're going to be able to show that part of the contract at one point. Okay? They want you to know that. They want you to know, it's almost like somebody above you is like making it look like my hands are tied, but really it's a protection thing for you. And that's exactly what you're going to be able to show somebody when you receive this contract. Okay? The contract is being drawn up now. This information that's being given to you is being given to you in real time. It is being drawn up at this moment as we speak. You're going to yeah, I gotta post this reading right away. So somebody wants to hear this message specifically, so I had to put it out right now. They want you to know this is about your contract. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even looking at this card. I was actually looking over here at these and looking at this, talking about a contract, and then pulled this down and realized it was a contract card. My goodness. Yeah, they are channeling big time right now. Drink more water. Somebody needs to know that the more you hydrate your body, the better your skin is going to look. Look, announcement, there it is. They told me to split it, okay? Unsettled times need to plan ahead. They want me to point out, like, you have already been living in the unsettled times. So maybe if you watch a reading or something and you see that, you keep thinking, damn, it's going to get worse. You keep thinking, oh, hold on. Whew. You know what? They just choked me because they didn't want me to give the amount of detail I was about to give. They just choked me and I had to pause the video. They don't want me to give all the detail here. They just want you to know you've already been living in unsettled times. Quit expecting that they're going to get worse, because that is not helping you. That's harming you. If you see any like signs that remind you of people from your past, from now on, they want you to look at that like that's being solved as we speak. From now on, when you see like a birth date or something that reminds you of somebody and it's like kind of a trigger, from now on, they want to remind you, they want you to start saying all the time, and like a broken record, that's being solved as we speak. That's being solved as we speak, okay? Now, somebody is already, as we speak, drawing up a contract for you. They need you to plan ahead. This message is coming to you and it's being given to you verbatim what you need to do. So it's time to declutter as if you're moving. You don't need to tell anybody this yet. They just want you to keep the peace. Keep doing what you're doing right now. Protect yourself by staying in a higher energy as much as you possibly can. Be kinder to yourself, and just know that things are happening around you, that it's almost like source is cooking up the perfect emotional atmosphere for everybody to shift exactly at the perfect time, okay? Yeah, someone's leaving your life. So they want you to know, like, don't freak out when you hear things. Secret admirer. Look, announcement from a secret admirer. You don't need to freak out when you see like the justice card when it comes to court. They want you to know there's something about a case where you may think that somebody's calling CPS on you, but it's actually going to be reversed, where you are going to have evidence to be able to do that to someone else if you choose to, if you decide to go that route. That will be made, the details of that will be made clear to you at a later date. That's not something you need to focus on now. You've been given all of the information that you need at this time to move forward. You know what you need to do. And make sure you stay kind of lighthearted and fun and stay in activities. Keep going and growing and staying consistent with the changes that you have been making, okay, Scorpio? Because the end of a cycle is here. A contract is being drawn up. This message is just a confirmation. This is a message letting you know that it's already being done as we speak, okay? Peace and love.